Snipers have always been a problem. Whether it's Overwatch, Marvel Rivals, or the hero shooter that started it all, Team Fortress 2, snipers have been a balancing nightmare for the devs. They keep adding snipers because certain players absolutely love them, but the rest of us, well, have a literal headache because of the existence of these characters. However, Deadlock has chosen to do things differently. It's a MOBA hero shooter hybrid, and it has one sniper character in the form of Vindicta who plays completely differently to every other hero shooter sniper. And she actually feels really good to play around and interact with. She doesn't feel unfair in the same way that all these other snipers do. So what is the secret, and how did Valve actually solve the problem of snipers in hero shooters? First, we need to understand why snipers are such a problem in the first place. Snipers have always been a problem in hero shooters because their design is simply antithetical to the genre. Hero shooters are meant to have slightly slower time to kills to emphasize ability usage and team play. But snipers bypass this entirely by just one-shotting players extremely far away with skilled aim, which is a playstyle that's borrowed from tactical shooters like Counter-Strike and Valorant. This is frustrating to play against in hero shooters because, well, many characters simply don't get to engage with the sniper at all. They'll just peek the corner and then instantly die before getting to use their abilities. And even if they do play smartly around the sniper, using cover, sneaking up on them, ambushing them, stuff like that, it still just feels immensely unsatisfying to get randomly one-tapped by a sniper in a hero shooter. Now, that might lead you to say, well, hey, why don't we just stop snipers from one-shotting people? Well, when you do that, snipers just flat out suck in hero shooters. They tend to always have an excruciatingly slow fire rate, which means that when they don't one-shot, they're just doing less damage than basically every other damage character. Their kits tend to just fall apart, and they end up dropping completely out of the meta, and even sometimes out of viability as a whole. But despite these balancing flaws, time and time again, hero shooters just keep adding snipers, because it's what some players want to play, and I do welcome this type of playstyle diversity, but it does end up creating a very serious issue for the balance of the game. Now, of course, Deadlock is another hero shooter that has also felt compelled to add a sniper to the game, but it's tackled it completely differently, and it's ended up creating a sniper that feels much more fair to play around. So how did they do this? Well, the fundamental thing that they've done here is they've shifted the ability to snipe from the primary fire to the ultimate. Because Deadlock is just a MOBA masquerading as a hero shooter, snipers one-shotting would be way more jarring than in Overwatch and Marvel Rivals. If the sniper was her primary fire like in every other hero shooter, balancing it would be exceptionally difficult, especially with some of the mechanics in Deadlock like denying souls. And of course, there's no way it would be one-shotting, two-shotting, three-shotting, or anything like that if it was her primary fire. It would have to be so weak that it would just feel awful to play around. So the solution then is to limit how often the sniper is able to be used, and then you can make it extremely powerful. And along the way, Valve decided to add some extra mechanisms to the sniper to make it feel even more fair to play around that don't actually have anything to do with the damage of the sniper. We'll talk about those a little bit later. So how does Vindicta's sniper rifle actually work? Well, it's extremely unique. It is an ultimate ability that has multiple charges, which is unlike any other ultimate in the game as of the time of writing. And these charges give her the ability to snipe multiple players at different times during a team fight, or get a second chance to hit someone if she misses the first shot. However, once those charges run out, she has to wait some time before getting to snipe again, and this leads to the rest of her kit being designed in a much more well-rounded way. Her abilities synergize with the ability to snipe, but they also stand alone as strong abilities to let her play independent of the sniper. She's able to fly up into the sky to get a vantage point to snipe down from, throw a stake to trap enemies in an area and make them easier to shoot, and also blast them with a crow to reduce their resistances. All of that benefits the sniper, But it also just benefits her regular gun, and all of those abilities are also just really strong in their own right. Now, the damage of the sniper is extremely strong, but it does have some limitations. First of all, it is just flat out not one-shotting enemies. You cannot take an enemy from 100% health down to 0 with one shot. You can't even get close to that, and that's because the sniper is actually rather weak until the enemies get below half health, and then it gets a lot of bonus damage. And this changes the entire dynamic of the sniper rifle. Instead of being a tool that you engage with at a distance to one-shot the enemies before they get close, now you use the sniper rifle as a finisher tool. And this makes the sniper rifle so much healthier for the game. You don't have to fear peeking around a corner and instantly getting your face blasted off, and it also encourages more cooperation with the members of Vindicta's team. You see, Vindicta can still play like a sniper character. She can sit far back from a distance and start popping heads, but for the enemies to get low enough in the first place, she often requires her teammates to do the damage to get them that low, so Vindicta can finish them off really quickly and gain a bonus for it. In a traditional hero shooter, Vindicta just wouldn't have to do this. She would just cut out the middleman and deal all the damage in one blow herself, which is certainly satisfying for the sniper, but very unsatisfying for everyone else. With the way Vindicta's sniper works in Deadlock, sniper players still get that impact of blasting someone and deleting their health, but it's just a bit more fair for everyone involved. And even when players are low, there are still mechanisms in place to make the sniper feel fair to play around and offer some counterplay for the people who are really low HP. First of all, it has a charging mechanic to prevent her from quick-scoping the enemies to instantly kill them, unless they're just really low, and at that point sniping them just becomes a tool to get the bonus for killing someone with the sniper rifle, rather than actually needing the sniper to do the damage. Also, there are distinct audio and visual cues that play when she's scoped in to alert players of where she's aiming. You can hear this really loud sound, and also there is a laser that comes out from her gun that is just pointing directly at where she's aiming. Everybody can see it, and it means that, well, you know where not to peek. This means that Vindicta has to try and get you out in the open to blast you, and she just has to be a little bit more considerate with when she actually decides to scope in. Ultimately, Vindicta's sniper rifle feels exceptionally fair to play against because so many restrictions have been placed on it, but despite these restrictions, it still feels like a powerful sniper rifle and retains the power fantasy of the sniper playstyle that many players enjoy, because it hits really hard in the context of a MOBA, and it interacts with the rest of her kit in a satisfying way that adds strategy and depth to sniping enemies. But what do you think about Vindicta and Deadlock? Do you agree with my analysis that Valve has solved the problem of snipers in hero shooters, or is there something that I've missed? Is Vindicta actually a poor design that's frustrating to play as or against because of what Valve has done? I want to hear from you in the comments section down below. But with all that being said, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video if you enjoyed and subscribe if you're new around here, and I will see you all next time. Peace out.